Yo, yo, yo. Hey, you thinking about moving to Chicago or changing neighborhoods in Chicago? Well, I got you covered. Here are 7 tips you should consider when changing neighborhoods or moving to Chicago. I'm Mark Buckner from the Mark Buckner Group at Compass Realty. If you like what you're listening, be sure to like and subscribe. Before we get into the 7 tips, I want to talk about community versus neighborhood. University of Chicago in the 1920s divided up Chicago into 77 different communities. Now, community is different than a neighborhood, right? There's a lot of neighborhoods within the community. Let's take Lakeview. There's East Lakeview, Central Lakeview, Belmont Harbor, Wrigleyville, Boys Town. These are all neighborhoods within that community. So be sure you know the difference and be sure to research the neighborhoods in those communities when you're searching. All right, tip number 1, I suggest you set a budget, right? What can you afford in rent? What can you afford in a mortgage, right? If you're gonna buy something, get pre-approved, figure out what you can afford mortgage-wise with taxes, insurance, and HOA if you're buying a condo or a townhouse. Once you have your budget, tip number 2 is sort through what you want in a home. Do I want a house with a yard? Do I want a condo, apartment, townhouse, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms? How many baths do you need? Do you want central AC? Does it have to have in-unit laundry? Do you need a parking space? Can it be an outdoor space? What do you need? Be flexible on those. Set a must-have list and then a wish list and put them in order of priority because this may change from time to time depending on how your research goes. Tip number 3 is transportation. So factor in where you want to live and what's the commute to work, right? Most of us have to commute to work. Are you open to a longer commute? Is it max 15 minutes? Are you going to be driving or taking public transit or versus biking? And what's that going to be like in the winters versus the warmer months? So know your commute time, know the cost for that. If you're driving, don't forget to factor in parking. It's super expensive if your commute is to downtown and you're paying for parking down there, right? Versus taking the L, you have a shorter commute, a short walk to the L from your home and from work. That may save you some time, may save you some money, and may change what you could afford in rent or in your purchase price. Tip number 4 to factor in is community safety. Do you feel safe in the neighborhood? I've talked about crime in a lot of these videos. Chicago has all types of crime. We do have a problem with crime. Some neighborhoods have more crime than others. So factor that in. One app that you can use to research that is an app called Crime in Place. It has a lot of data for you to take a look at. But then get out in the community, take a walk during the day, during nighttime, when it's dark. What's it going to be like walking home from work in the dark? Do you feel comfortable, right? Be sure to do that research before you sign a lease or buy that home. Tip number 5 is what type of lifestyle do you want from your community? You want a vibrant nightlife? Do you want a more mature neighborhood where there's more families, dog friendly, dog parks, dog runs, whatever that may be for you? Wrigleyville, for example, has a lot of great nightlife, a lot of fun being around the park with concerts and ball games. But what's that like on a day that you're not going to that game? Trying to get home from work and get on the L or walk through the neighborhood or go to sleep after a concert ends. Be sure to look at the pros and cons of what that community lifestyle offers. Tip number 6 is neighborhood amenities. And I'm talking about the practical things of life, right? Where's my grocery store? Where's my family store? Where's the dry cleaners? Where is the hardware store? Where are these things that I need on a daily basis and on a weekly basis? If I need to do a big grocery run, where's the Costco, right? And how difficult is it to get there? Is it going to add stress or alleviate stress for you? And tip number 7 is education. If you're thinking about starting a family, having the first kid in that apartment or that condo, or you already have a few kids and you're looking at preschool, kindergarten, elementary schools, private versus public, that's all going to factor into your life expenses, the cost, and the quality education for your child. So factor that in addition. You have more questions about this, let me know. If you like what I'm talking about on this channel, I talk about anything from living in Chicago to buying, selling, and investing in Chicago. I got you covered. Just hit the subscribe button, click on the bell to be notified every time we post a new video. Happy to help you. Just give me a call.